Hello, everyone. My name is Renetta Gunn Stevens, CEO of Sophisticated Press, and I am so excited to come to you on today and to talk about it's never the right time, but the time is now. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Now is not the right time, but the time is now. And so, if you're coming in, do me a favor. I want you to tag and share it out with your business besties. I want you to say hello. Let me know what state you are tuning in from. And then I want you to bring some questions. I want you to not only bring some questions, you all, I want you to bring your personal questions that is pertaining to what you're working on right now. I want you to bring some questions about your life. I want you to bring some questions about your book, your brand, your situation. Okay. So what I'm going to do, just because I am streaming live, I'm going to just go to my main page really quick and share it to my secondary page, and then we're going to get started. So as you come in, just say hello, and it is going to go down today, you all. We're going to have some fun today, and we're going to talk about some very important things. So let me just transfer this over to my next page. And we're going to be golden. Let's do that page. Oh no, we want to do that page. Okay, great. So listen, today I'm going to be talking about now is not the right time, but the time is now. Quick bio about myself. I am an author of 4 books: Kingdom Speaking in the Boardroom, A Dad's Redemption, 10 Ways to Eliminate Debt by Writing, and Push, Promote into Shipping and Handling. I'm also, as I stated in the introduction, the CEO of Sophisticated Press, which is a federally trademarked company. We are an international company, and we help individuals create independence financially through publishing strategies in the marketplace. I'm also the founder of Sophisticated Press Author Academy, which is an online academy that teaches authors just all of the different processes to self-publishing. And so you're listening to someone today who does have some experience in what she's going to be talking to you about. And I talk to people all around the world, and I'm able to help them create a strategic interest into the marketplace as an author, as an entrepreneur. And so I want to talk about this thinking of now is not the right time, but I'm here to tell you that the time is now. There is always going to be something due. There is always going to be something that your mind may tell you that you can spend your money on that's more better or valuable or more instantly gratifying than publishing a book. And so there are times when I talk to people and they have all of these different reasons on why now is not the right time to publish a book. But today, my job and my objective of this live is to kind of help you get rid of those excuses so we can get you to execution, because that's truly what they are. They're just excuses. And it's not that you are a bad person for having those excuses. You probably just don't understand the value of publishing your book. So today, that's what I want to do. I want to help you understand the value of publishing a book. So with this notion of now is not the right time, but the time is now, I want to just really have you think of a new way of thinking about what you have to offer the world. That's right, what you have to offer the world. Because sometimes when you're thinking about writing your book, you think that your book is just for you. And so it's easy for us sometimes to give up on ourselves or table things for ourselves. But when we have other people dependent on us, like a child, we tend to do things because we know that their life is dependent on us, right? And we know that somebody else is dependent on our action. So the first thing I want you to do is understand that your book is not for you. Now you're going to receive some of the benefits of publishing your book, but your book is not for you. Your book is for the next generation and the present generation that needs the expertise that's inside of your book. Let me say that again. Your book is not for you. Your book is for the next generation and the present generation that needs your expertise. And when you begin to understand that, you will no longer procrastinate in publishing your book, because there is a whole generation that need the knowledge that you have now. Now, I know a lot of you all think, well, I want to wait till I'm perfect. I want to wait till I'm making this much money, or I want to wait till this look like that and that look like this. And that's the wrong way of thinking, because each level you can teach somebody. And each level, you actually can write a book on that level, because each level, we all have to go through those processes. So somebody that's on level one, they need instructions and they need expertise from a level one person who's executed level one. So I always tell people, even if you just teaching a book on starting a business, and let's say your business not where you're going, where you want it to be, that's fine. Just teach how to start a business, because you just want to teach what you know, right? Just write a book on that. But to not offer any expertise, to not put any information, any data, any sharing of strategies in a book, it really does a disservice to humanity, right? I always say, imagine if Steve Jobs was like, well, I'm going to wait till the Apple 11 comes out before I introduce the Apple One. So that's the iPhone one. That's what you all really are doing. Some of you are doing like, well, I'm gonna wait till we created the 11 on paper, and then we'll just introduce the whole 1 through 11 into the marketplace. Imagine if he did that, how many lives would suffer, how many people would be missing out on the Apple iPhone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If he waited until he had all 11 concepts, he wouldn't even be alive, people, because he's not here now. But because he started with the Apple One, we just gonna go with the Apple iPhone 1, and we gonna get that out. People lives got better. The iPhone industry got better. The cell phone industry got better, right? And that's what I'm trying to get you to see. Like, some of you all want everything to be perfect. You want the whole picture drawn out before you share the image. And you don't do that. Whatever you have accomplished up until this day, I need you to put that expertise in a book, because you owe it to humanity. You owe it to the world, your expertise. You owe it to your community. You owe it to your culture to share your expertise. And the problem is, many of us don't understand how valuable we are, because we're so busy comparing ourselves to somebody else's awesomeness and someone else's greatness, that when we look at ourselves, we're saying, oh, well, I'm not ready yet because I don't look like that. I'm not ready yet because my business doesn't shine and glitz like that. I'm not ready yet because I don't have 10,000 followers. Let me tell you something, people. I don't have 10,000 followers. If I do, 5,000 of them following me and don't want me to know it, right? Um, but guess what? It's okay. Sophisticated Press is still able to service people around the world. I don't even have 100 people that come on my lives, but guess what? We're still able to sustain and multiply, because we're just getting our expertise out in the world. We're just sharing what we have now, and as we grow, we're going to take our followers with us. But we're not waiting until I have the penthouse suite before I say, okay, now I'm ready to share. Now I'm ready to teach. Now I'm ready to give. Like, no, we're giving on every level. We're publishing on every level. We're executing on every level. And I just wanted to come live today and tell you that, like, stop saying the time is not right now. Listen, writing a book is really almost just like is having a baby. And really, everything you're going to do is like having a baby. I know the men, but the men can relate, because even though they can't physically have the baby, they still have the responsibility to take care of a baby. It's never a right time to have a baby. If it's summertime, you don't want to be hot. If it's wintertime, you don't want to be cold. If you lose weight, now you don't want to gain the weight back. You got to pay for daycare. You got to not worry about. It's never the right time to have a baby. But when you have that baby, what you do? You figure it out, and you take care of that baby. And that's the same way about writing a book. Many entrepreneurs are saying, well, now it's not the time. I got enough on my plate. It's never going to be the right time for you to say, now it's time to write a book. No. It's always going to be something else you can do with that money that you have to invest in your business to write a book. But if you know that this is what you need to do to get your brand globally exposed, if you know this is what you have to do to get your information and your data into your niche market hands, because they need the information that you have, they need to know about your business because your business solves their problems, then I need you to connect with Sophisticated Press and get that business book out. If you know that you've overcome a situation and it's people that's out there still struggling mentally, and trying to figure out how to navigate through that trauma, through that abuse, through that scenario, and you've already done it successfully, you need to share it in your book. You need to share it in your book. So let me qualify you right now, because a lot of people just think I'm not qualified. We've been really brainwashed to just think that we're not good enough. You think you're not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not ready. It doesn't look right. It's not perfect. We're gonna go through the qualifications to have a baby and the qualifications to write a book. So you can see you're qualified, right? So what is the qualifications to have a baby? The young lady must be having administration so that an egg and the sperm cell can meet, right? Number 2, they must have sex. Number 3, it has to be a male and a female. We're not talking about if they're going to be married or not. We're not talking about all that. We're talking about just the criteria to have birth. Those are the criteria. Got to have administration, lady. Got to have sex. Got to have a male counterpart to make it happen. Now, the requirements for writing a book. You got to have something to teach about or talk about. You got to write it out, and you got to decide if you're going to do self-publishing or non-traditional publishing. That's it, people. Do you got something to talk about? Do you got something you can teach on your level? If you got something you can teach on your level, if your business is solving problems, if your business has the answer to dilemmas, to pain points out there in the marketplace, then we need to get that information in the book. And you need to stop telling yourself that now is not the right time. It's never going to be the perfect time. It's never going to be the perfect time. And also the truth of the matter is this, you all, because Sophisticated Press is the CEO, which is me, I am a Christian. And so I get a lot of Christian people that I talk to. We be the main ones that'll say, like, God wants you to write a book, but then you telling God it's not the right time. How dare we tell God it's not the right time? How dare God give us a gift and we got the nerve to say, okay, Lord, I'm going to do it, but now it's not the right time. If God put that on your heart to write a book, if you prayed that you want to write a book, if you stood in line and got the scribe's anointing, because I've been at many conferences where they have told you that now it is time to publish your book, and you're still telling God that now is not the right time. And then we wonder why the world is so advanced, because guess what? When the world get an idea, when the world get an opportunity, they pouncing on it. Like, they ain't even like, okay, no, they pouncing on it. They like, let me get that. And then when a Christian get an idea, who done said that God done told him directly to do it, we talking about something, now ain't the right time. I ain't ready yet. I'm going to wait till, what is we waiting for? What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for to execute? We have to stop making these excuses, especially when we done told people that God done told us to do this. And I'm telling you, because I used to be that person. Now my daughter be like, Mom, if you start another business, if you get another trademark, because everything the Lord given me, I'm trademarking it and I'm protecting it for generations to come. I don't care the cost. Now cost ain't even my problem. Praise God. Time is my problem. Cost ain't my problem, because I learned that everything that God give me to do, it's supposed to be more than what I can afford. Because if I can afford it, then it's not of God. I don't need him. I don't have to apply faith. And I think that's also what we're missing out on. Everything that God gives us, it comes with a high price tag. So we're looking at our own bank account and saying, oh, I can't afford that. Now is not the time. But that's the wrong thinking. Instead of you looking at that dream that God gave you, that assignment that God gave you, that purpose that God attached to your life, instead of you telling God that you can't afford it, you should kind of think about it like this. Well, Lord, if you told me to do that and it costs this much, that means you about to send that much to my bank account. Because you know I ain't got it in there. Like literally, that's how I found out like how God worked. And people be like, well, how she keep doing all this? Because I don't tell God I can't afford it. I do what Mary do. What Mary said when the angels came and told Mary she was having a baby and his name was going to be Jesus. She didn't say, well, how am I having a baby? I ain't got no apartment. I ain't got no crib. I ain't got the right setup. All Mary said was, be it unto me. Hey, oh, you want me to do this? Okay, be it unto me. You want me to do, okay, be it unto me. Let me just make the call. Let me just make the call and get price. Let me just find out what I got to believe God for, how much I got to believe God for. And every time, you know what? God send the money to the bank account because I don't tell him I can't afford the idea or the dream or the purpose that he gave me. I say, be it unto me. And I start looking at, okay, let me just start gathering the information. Let me do my part. Let me research how to do it. Let me understand the structure and the process to it, because God is the financer. I am the person who's going to activate, and my job is to learn. Good morning, Carletta. I miss you, love. I got to call you. And this is how you progress in your career, because if we listen to our self-talk, you all, we will talk ourselves out of opportunities every day. But remember, your job is to just believe and to just make steps towards what God gave you. Your job is not to figure out how God going to help you pay for it. That's not your job. So stop being surprised when God tell you to do something and it comes with a big price tag. Yes, publishing a book costs money. Yes, it does. Everything that's of value is going to cost money. So get over you're going to have to spend money, but understand that it's going to be more than what you can afford, because that's why it requires faith to do it. That's why the Bible teaches us faith without works is dead. And I'm only talking the Bible, you all, because I talk to a lot of Christians. And it's like when I talk to you all, and I'm part of a Christian, so I'm talking about us, because I am you and you is me. We got to stop being surprised, like when God give us these big assignments. Yes, they come with big price tags, but we serve a big God. And in the same way in Numbers 13 and 14. Listen, in Numbers 13 and 14, what they didn't understand was when God told them to go to the land of Canaan and spy out the land of Canaan, and he told them to go see like the fruit and everything, he told them giants was going to be there. So you're entering into a niche market that there's already established people there. That's okay. God told them that giants was going to be there, but it was their land. And you know what? They came back. A majority of them came back with a bad report, but two came back and was like, "Hey, we can pursue it. We can recover all." But what they didn't understand was God had already said, "Go look at this land that I gave you already." He didn't say, "Go look at this land I'm thinking about giving you." He said, "Go look at this land that I gave you. And go measure it. Go see how the fruit is." And God is telling you, go publish that book in this genre. Yeah, it's some big dogs already there. Yeah, it's some people that's bestsellers already there. But I've given you this genre. I've given you the genre of business. I've given you the genre of law, Carlotta. I've given you this genre. And don't be afraid of the giants that's in that genre, because I'm sending you. And when I send you, oh, I'm sending you with favor with man and God. And who can deny favor with man and God? No one can. But if you tell God like the other 10 was like, oh no, we're like grasshoppers to them. We can't. God says, since you think you're a grasshopper, that's what you're gonna be. Since you saying now it's not the right time, now ain't the right time. Since you saying that I can't afford it, you ain't gonna be able to afford it. So if I was you people, what I would be saying is, be it unto me. I'm ready, God. Thank you for giving me this great opportunity to publish a book. Thank you for allowing me to advance my business. Thank you for bringing me and raising me up to be exposed. And that way I can highlight my business. If you're going to say something, you know how to say and go. if you're going to say something good and bless yourself. Don't curse yourself and say, I can't afford it. It's out my budget. It's out your budget. We're talking about destiny, people. We're talking about legacy. Did you think destiny and legacy cost $50? Did you think destiny and legacy to build was going to be $100? Imagine if destiny and legacy was an actual building with frames, and you got to have the construction site, you got to have the workers, you got to have this. But once you build it, guess what? Now people can come and inhabit in your destiny, in your legacy. And it's the same way, because I said yes to God with Sophisticated Press. Now, guess what? Excuse me, y'all. Now, guess what? I'm able to employ people. I'm able to help people publish their books. And now their careers are getting better and exposed, and they're getting more money. And now their family is getting less stressed because there's money inside the family. And it goes back to what we said when we started the live. The book is not for you because you've already mastered the information that you're writing about. You've already mastered this. You're doing your job to humanity by sharing the strategies, sharing the information, sharing the expertise. That's our obligation as humans. That's our obligations as humans. That's what the Constitution was about. You know what? We've mastered a way to run the world, to set up some statutes and some principles. Let's put this in the Constitution so that civilizations from time to come can still have this great structure that we've discovered and incorporated. Think about it. Give me some feedback, you all. Think about this, you all, because too often we think that it's just about us. And so if it's just about you, it's easy to not follow through because we turn and we let ourselves down on a daily basis. But if you have someone else that's dependent on you, you'll show up for them sometimes more than you show up for yourself. And that's okay. Because listen, I told you all, when I hired my fitness coach, if I had not hired my fitness coach, I wouldn't work out. I wouldn't do it. I hate working out, even though I know I need to work out. But because I have that person that I know is dependent on me and that's going to be on that Zoom waiting on me to come and show up to work out, I show up. But if it was just for me, yeah, I ain't feeling it today. I ain't going to do it. Same thing. If you think your book is just for you, you're not going to write it. You're going to be like, it ain't the right time. But if you know that there's somebody's life out there that's waiting on you to write their book so they can have a better life, somebody marriage out there is waiting on you so that way they can earn money by being better at what they're doing because of the information in your book, and now their marriage don't have to be stressed out because of money, because that's one of the number one reasons why people divorce is because of money, not because of adultery. You would write that book and you would share your expertise. You would do it, right? So here's what I want you to do. If y'all don't have no questions, put your questions in the mark. We're going to start putting some banners up. Here's what I want you to do. I need you to call this number, 630-755-5580. And I need you to have a discovery call. The discovery call is $50. Let me tell you this up front. But people who have taken this $50 discovery call for an hour, they left with the whole game plan on how to get to their next level, how to introduce their book into the marketplace. And most authors who take this discovery call within 60 days, they're already in the process of getting that book out into the marketplace. We don't have time to waste any more, people. Your good intentions does not equate to execution. I know you want to write a book. I know you want to do this. I know you want to do that, but those are just good intentions. That's not execution. It's time to execute. I need you to call that number. Or if you know someone who needs that number, I need you to text them that number and say, hey, get your $50 ready because you got to pay. Call this lady. This is going to be the best $50 you ever spent in your life, because Sophisticated Press is about to get your whole life right for this next season. Everybody saying they're a boss. Listen, it's more to being a boss than saying you're a boss. You got to actually execute. You got to actually dominate. And this is what we're going to have you do. And I want to tell you about one of my that she's not even my client. So you don't have to publish with us, and you can even be published with someone else. But she wasn't afraid to invest money for the professional help with Sophisticated Press. And she got on that call. Her name is Karina Watkins. And within 40 days, she had a book on Amazon already, just off of taking a discovery call. You need professional assistance. You need a coach like me that's not going to tell you what you want to hear, but I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. And not only am I going to tell you what you need to hear, I'm going to tell you what God has showed me that he has planned for you. That's another reason why I don't talk to a lot of people, because when I'm talking to you, just because of, and this ain't nothing spooky, you all, so don't think I'm a witch or nothing like, no, this is the Holy Ghost. Jesus Christ is Lord. When I talk to my clients, the Lord reveals what he has planned for your project. Because if I'm going to work on it, he has to show me how to serve you. So that's why I don't talk to a lot of people, because when I'm talking to you, the Lord is also talking to me. Again, this is not nothing spooky. I'm a child of God. I serve Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is Lord. Okay? So when you talk to me, I'm telling you, like, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do, because God is the CEO of this company. And by him being the CEO, I invite him into every conversation. I invite him into every business deal. In fact, not only do I invite him, I tell him to take the lead. You take the lead, Lord, because you the one gave me this company. You the one told me you wanted me to go into the marketplace and serve these people because they was getting exploited with these books. What's exploitation? Well, let me tell you what's exploitation. 4 years ago, God told me that he was going to have his people, that he needed to write books. And 4 years ago, he told me that people were out here charging $10,000 or more for books. I just got a new client, and she told me she published with TBN. Now, TBN is, and I'm not throwing them under the boat. This is what my client told me. TBN is a Christian publishing company. They charge her $10,000 to publish a book that doesn't even probably have 200 pages. My other past mentor, 5 years ago, she wrote a book that was maybe like 70 pages. They charged her $10,000. And then y'all wonder why I go hard every day. Because God then gave me these prices that's affordable, so that way you can tell your book, tell your story, and you won't get seduced by these other companies that's charging you 10 bands to publish a book. It does not take 10 bands to publish a book. But if you don't do your research, when you come to Sophisticated Press, you won't know that you're getting a deal from heaven, from God, the deal of the century, because you haven't did your research and looked at other companies and seen how high they're charging you to tell your story. So that's why I need you to tell your friends, hey, come to Sophisticated Press, because they're going to give you the right price and you're going to get the right product. Carletta says, their purpose is tied to your obedience. Publish the book. I love that. Their purpose is tied to your obedience. Yes. Just be obedient and publish the book, sis. I'm going to get that on the shirt. It's going to say, publish the book, sis. My daughter said that the other day, and it just came back up. That's what I'm getting some shirts. It's going to say, publish the book, sis. Thank you, Kiara. We getting it. We going to get it. I'm going to get that this week. Because that's what people just need. Like, stop playing with it. Let's execute. Let's get your expertise in the book. Let's get you established in the marketplace, in your genre, in your niche, in your market share. We need to get you established as the go-to person. You know, my goal is when people publish a book, I want them to think of Sophisticated Press. I want them to think of, I need to get her assistance. I need her to be my coach, my publisher, my accountability partner, my mentor through this process. You know, a lot of companies, they're not making sure that the book is in your name. Like, we have integrity over here. We're making sure that you are 100% owner of your information, of your intellectual property. Guess why? Because that intellectual property belongs to your kids. That intellectual property belongs to your mama, your father. That intellectual property belongs to your legacy. That's not mine. How dare I take your intellectual property and profit off of it? That's your intellectual property. That's for your generations and your generations, right? The Bible said a good man leaves a inheritance for his children's children. Your intellectual property is for your children's children. And you need to get with companies who want you to have that type of legacy in your life. And that's what you're going to get with Sophisticated Press, okay? So, any other questions, y'all? Y'all know it's Monday, so I have to get y'all hyped today so that way it can last for the rest of the week. Y'all know I love you all, right? Y'all know I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear because listen, I did a post in my private Facebook group, and you can become a part of it if you want to publish a book. We're publishing during the pandemic, but I wrote a post and it said, "Give your career 10 books." Listen, I'm gonna publish 10 books. And you got to give your career a minimum of 10 books. Leave a legacy. Leave a legacy. You don't know which one gonna pop. You don't know which one gonna hit. Once you gone, because your books will outlive you, they're gonna sell like hotcakes. That's okay. But whoever's in charge of your estate, and hopefully they're gonna sell while you're alive like hotcakes, right? And you're just gonna be ready. Because there's nothing like you going viral, and I believe that we're all gonna go viral one day, and they ready to just buy everything you got, because man, you just went viral. You just got 5 million views, and you ain't got nothing for them to buy. You ain't got no products ready for the blow up and the come up, because you didn't prepare for your viral moment. You don't want to come get viral and you ain't got nothing for the people to buy up, because when you go viral, they're gonna want everything connected to you. If Oprah was to interview you now and you ain't got your book ready, or you just got one book ready, imagine if you would have had your 5 and your 10 books ready. Oh, they would have bought all of the books, the whole collection, right? So that's why we're building this foundation where we're like, okay, because when that moment comes, when they Google me, oh, they're gonna have products and services options to choose from. Options to choose from, okay? So I just wanted to come on and encourage you this Monday, get you some fire under you so you can be ready for this week to dominate, to execute. Listen, do it. I know you can do it, okay? And I want you, if you need assistance doing it, it's okay to connect with somebody, because that's just going to help you get to the finish line quicker. So you know how we ended here at Sophisticated Press. Listen. Hear me when I tell you, we love you with the love of Jesus Christ. We are so proud of you and all your accomplishments you have already accomplished, and we know you can do it. And we shall talk to you soon.